Hey guys, I wanted to bring you a video. I know it has been a very long time since I've released a video. Those of you that don't follow on the Discord, I'm still actively developing the game, or the emulator, I suppose. So I wanted to take some time to just give you another update. I'm going to try and recall some of the things that have happened over the last 5 or 6 months because there's been a lot of things that necessarily I don't remember off the top of my head. Some big things that did happen that I can tell you is I added treasure chests to the game so that we can start using them for quests. And in that sense, I also went ahead and added some restrictions to portals that required you to be at a certain quest on a certain state of that quest. Currently, the only place where you can find the treasure cache itself would be inside the Cragstone excavation, and that's not because we can't add more, it's just because we don't have anybody doing data entry. That being said, went ahead and did another update to the quest system, and again, quests on the public emulator at the moment are broken, mostly because no one has gone in to try and make it so that we update our scripts. So we have a lot of scripts that are just not updated because, again, I don't have really anyone doing that. I'm basically sort of by myself. I did get some help with monster items. So, for example, a lot of monsters in the game world equip weapons, and one of the community members, AE, went ahead and plotted out a lot of the remaining weapons that needed to be equipped still on monsters, so grateful to him for doing that. The other things that were touched upon was the effect system. A lot of the effects at the moment are broken, mostly because of how they are applied to the character, not because they're processed incorrectly. I'm still quite happy with the effect system at large, but there's a different dilemma of how to apply effects and remove them that still trying to sort out. So that's sort of the issue with the effect system there. Now that isn't to say that effects don't work, they do. It more has to do with how they are turned on and turned off, and a lot of bugs happen when they're falling off, or let's say you log out of the game. There's a lot of bugs that happen there. And by the way, if you just saw that Eli Mumper, he moved a little bit, that's because I added wandering feature into the game for monsters that have a wandering capacity. So you'll notice in the game world, especially in the higher level zones, that the monsters will wander. Unfortunately, this wind flare is chasing me, I think. Yeah, he's coming after me. Guys, I better make sure I have God mode turned on so I don't die. Okay. So you can see he has his weapon equipped here, his two swords. So that's because we added that. A lot of the Gurogs, I think, will have their weapons equipped and stuff now, so you can see that. Other things that I did was, along with the wandering system for monsters, I went ahead and redid the outdoor movement, so that should feel more like it did on retail, with the zigzagging sort of approach that monsters will take to get near you as opposed to making a straight dash for you. The indoor movement is still a complete mess because the way the world is laid out in dungeons is not the same as it is outdoors. So that's a bit of a problem. And it's not something I've figured out, though I have spent countless hours trying to understand it. I can't tell you how many hours I've poured into that. One of the other little things you'll notice is this guy starts aggroing me even though I didn't hit him, which is an improvement from before. Whereas before, if the monster evaded you, it's like they didn't even take notice of you. But now, even if they evade you, they will take notice of you and attack you. So the other thing too with movement is, and the wandering system, is that even though monsters have a little bit better movement logic, They still don't have any way to detect collisions or intersections with world geometry, so they will go through trees, which creates a very odd sort of appearance on the client because the client knows they can't move through trees, but the server's not very smart. So the server will literally move them through this tree, and they'll do funny things like skip and teleport because the client's very confused as to how the monster is in the tree, and so it will try and rectify that. And I'll see if I can kind of imitate that. You can see here they're sort of colliding with each other. So if I come through here, he's not gonna go around. Oh, actually looks like he went around it there. Probably because he was moving sort of in that non-linear fashion towards me. By and large, though, just take my word for it, they will go right through things, and it's very funny. The reason some of the monsters are bouncing up and down is because the client and the server disagree on where the ground level is, and so they're arguing back and forth between each other. And since the server is king, the server's saying, nope, the monster is here, and the client's like, okay, monster's here, applying gravity, monster's here, server's like, nope, monster's still over here, client, what are you doing? And so they argue back and forth all day till the end of time until we can better approximate the height map of the terrain. We do that for the outdoor world. We are not capable of doing that indoor at the moment. Then again, the indoor dungeons and all that is a complete mess. It's very hard to decipher. So if you are a former Turbine employee or you know the secrets of how those things are laid out, we greatly appreciate it. We really understand how the outdoor world is laid out very nicely, which is super awesome, because all that's left is for us to use our brains to figure out movement and all that. But we don't really understand the layout of the indoor dungeons, so it's very frustrating. Now I see that Gurog there, he's got his sword and shield, and he'll also taunt. I think he just said rock pusher. You probably can't hear him over me. So there he goes, he's pummeling me away. So, and here he comes, get in range and attack me. There he goes again, coming in sort of a non-linear fashion, as you can see, and then he comes back. Now, let's see. This guy's stuck in his running animation. I couldn't tell you why at the moment. He just buffed himself and he notices me. Okay, anyways, so that's some of that stuff. I also went ahead and redid the pets. So I'm still in the process of screwing around with them. Oh, this guy just said in the Overlord's name. You probably couldn't hear him because I was talking. What's this? Reed Shark. Okay. Visiting all of our old friends. There's the Reed Shark. I have no mana, otherwise I would try and summon a Lasher for you. I probably should create a command that gives me full mana. I could probably just level up and do that. I want to see how the Lasher interacts, and that didn't look very good. There we go. For some reason that 1 became 0. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some Tyrants. I can't remember where they're at, but I do want to check their movement out. Because even though I updated that and released that patch recently, I'm making some more changes. I'm further refining it to try and make it easier to kind of modify in the future and make sense of for people that maybe didn't work on it, so they can look at it and kind of be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I can't remember where the Tyrants are. Let's go to Javoth. I think that's about right. Oh, that Vanderling was just wandering, by the way. Oh, where did I end up? I'm on Aramora somewhere. That was, okay, that was not intentional, but I guess we're here. Let's, alright. He may not want to get close to me. He needs a cooldown on that spit. What is that spit? Stiff spit. I made a lot of other changes for performance under the hood. For example, when a monster attacks, they have a certain duration on their animation. And the way it used to work is every time they would attack, they would dig through everything to find the duration. And now I just put it in a lookup table. So the first time they do the attack, it um, he was going back home because I wasn't attacking him, so he just went back home now. He's kind of like, okay, fine. You don't want to fight me. I've lost interest in you. Oh, and now I pissed him off again. Okay. So there's some optimization there. It's the same thing with the players. So what that means is the longer the server runs, and the more these monsters are encountered and they do their attacks, the more data is already going to be captured, so that the next time the monster does the same attack, it doesn't run all that logic to pull out the duration of the animation. It just looks it up in the table. So I did that. Oh, look at that old toy. He's wandering. You see that? He just moved. So I'm really proud of that feature, guys. So yeah, so there's that little optimization feature. The other optimization feature I made is related to the height map. So instead of always constantly recalculating where the floor is at any given position, what the game does now is it calculates it the first time. It looks it up in this complicated calculation thing that it does. And then after that, it just saves that position with the height value. So if someone else moves there, or a monster moves there, or whatever, it doesn't have to do all that calculation every time. It just looks it up in the table. So it makes it, so again, as the server runs longer, the more and more this stuff is going to be optimized, or at least more performant, which is things I want to be conscientious of. So let's see, that's kind of all of that I talked about. So what am I kind of doing now? Well, again, I'm still trying to, I'm so stubborn that I don't want monsters running through trees. I don't want monsters attacking through trees and through walls. And really the indoor dungeon stuff it keeps stealing my time, because I'm so irritated and I'm so frustrated with the fact that I cannot, even though I have the information, or at least I seem to have the tools to get the information and come up with a solution, I can't seem to figure it out. And it doesn't help that I don't, I'm not a native computer programmer, so there's a lot of like basic conceptual concepts, that's a little weird. There's a lot of like foundational knowledge that I simply don't have, and I'm trying desperately to bridge that gap. I have no doubt that someone with more experience than I did, someone who was comfortable with C, someone who worked on engines or other things like that, would take the data, because we have things like a BSP tree, right? We have a BSP tree for the dungeons. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I can ask ChatGPT to write a script that runs through the tree and tells me, where the facing wall is and is this position in the dungeon. But unless you have that knowledge yourself, you don't know if ChatGPT is making a mistake or doing it correctly. So, I've asked it for help like that, but I oftentimes it just ends up coming out wrong. So, yeah, so I'm wasting a lot of time with that. But what I really do want to kind of rotate back towards is the effect system. And there's a bug right now with magical items. If you equip them, they will corrupt your character save, so that when you save in the future, you lose that save progress and you go back to the point where before you equip the magical item. So there's something going on there with equipping the magical item and its effects that's corrupting the character, and I just got to figure out how to solve that and find out what is causing that. I haven't seen this guy, the district manager. Hello, sir. Now I see he doesn't have a weapon. He needs one, but he doesn't. So not all the monsters have their weapons right now. It looks like he's supposed to have a sword or something. It looks like a feral intendant. So he's missing his sword, maybe a shield too. I don't know. Looks like there's another one here. District manager. Are they the same? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe these are quest mobs or something. Do they have a quest on them? So he has a weapon, a hand blade. You can see it in his debug properties. He also wanders. Holy crap, this guy has a massive wandering range. Oh my gosh, 500. Oh wow, and a 50% chance to win. Wow. Okay. Those guys will move like across the landscape. That's really cool though. Now the problem is with our logic, he's going to move into the water and that'll be that. And so he'll be out here somewhere because I don't know how to tell if a particular cell is filled with water or not. It doesn't seem to be an easy way in the data files to tell that a particular cell is filled with water. So our guy with a wandering range of 500 will eventually end up in the ocean here somewhere, which is fine. Hello, Mr. Mosswort. Hey, my guy. He's laughing at me throwing a still water bolt. Okay, anyways, so that's all of that. And of course, let me level up so I can try and summon the... There we go. Summon the flasher. Oh, sorry, debug code crap that I put in there. Let me make sure he actually... Is he going to follow me now? Or are we still stuck in code here? No, we're good. Okay, so he's not following me. That was something that I was trying to... Unless this is... Well... Yeah, I won't debug this in front of you guys right now. Okay, so he's not following me. Let me see if I switch him to... Let's switch him, I don't know, to aggressive. Okay. On live right now, they will follow you. Like I said, I was redoing the some logic under the hood, and of course, every time I touch it, I break it. Okay, so that's that. I was gonna maybe portal somewhere indoors, and I think I had... let's go to clutch 2. I don't know what this is. Let's see what's in here. Oh. Oh, my game seems to be frozen. What happened? Because it's not responding to the teleport, is it? Oh no, it's not responding to anything. Am I still in the debug? I thought that might explain why he's not following me. Oh, that's right, because I put the... Okay, so here's this. Now I'm stuck. Let's try that again. I don't want to be stuck. Okay, now I can move. Okay. So yeah, these guys indoors, their movement's a little messed up. Yeah, you just saw that. He just flew out of here. So, well, he didn't fly away, I suppose. He's just kind of a little invisible. Because I think... Nope. Yeah, they're gone. Nope, there they are. They're back on the radar. Don't ask me where they're going. I don't really know. I can see them on the radar, all 3 of them. And actually, this other one is here. If I shoot him, yeah, there he is. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to him. Why he, And now they're gone. Where did they go? What's their position? No. So they're still here because they're evading and hitting me. I just can't see them. Anyways, I've been through here before. What's in here? Oh, hello, born broodmother. She's supposed to summon...
Alert the clutch! Alert the clutch! Alert the clutch!
Alert the clutch! Alert the clutch! She actually... I mean, minus the rotating. Oh no, the pig guys are coming. I don't know why those guys are falling from the sky though. Alright, anyways, I think that's kind of most of the stuff that I want to talk about. Trying to think if there's anything else I left out. I mean, I also completely redid the combat system and all that, so combat should feel a lot better. One of the things also that I didn't mention was in the chat log here, you'll notice now that you're not seeing like auto attack 5 and blah blah blah, you know, and range missile 6 or whatever. You're actually just seeing like hits you, and for the monsters, you're not seeing the name of their attacks anymore. You're just seeing so and so hit you for this amount, you evade, blah blah blah. So, you know, that's kind of cool. And probably need to make sure these guys don't lose aggro if you're still within their aggro radius there, because it looks like he just got bored of me and went back to sleep. I don't know what these two have, but this guy did. Anyways, yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Still, you know, working on things, and we'll keep trying to make progress as we're able. You know, just takes time because there's not really anybody working on the project at the moment, so except really me. So, all right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.